What would you do if your best friend was shoved across the room by her toxic boyfriend and you had the power to ruin his entire life, completely undetected? Because that's exactly the choice I faced. And let's just say I didn't hold back. Back when the internet still felt like some shiny new toy and college campuses were filled with the hum of dial-up modems, I was enrolled at my local junior college, trying to make something of myself. Things were tight financially, so a couple months into the semester, I moved in with my girlfriend Lucy to help us both save on rent. She was warm, kind, always smiling, the kind of person who wanted everyone around her to feel at home. So when she invited a classmate over for a board game night, I didn't think twice. That classmate was Sarah. To my surprise, I actually recognized her. We went to the same high school. We weren't close, but we'd always been friendly. That first game night was a blast. We laughed, joked, shared stories. It felt like college was finally starting to become a real community. After that, Sarah became a regular fixture. Dinner, movies, late-night card games, she was basically our third roommate. Eventually, she brought her boyfriend, Jay, along too. And that's where things started to sour. Jay, he just didn't fit. He was cold, quiet, not the shy kind, but the kind that carried judgment in every glance. He never laughed, never engaged, just sat there like he was doing us a favor by existing. The vibe shifted every time he entered the room. Still, we invited him, for Sarah's sake, because she always looked a little more anxious when he was around, like she was working extra hard to keep him happy. He came by maybe 2 or 3 times, then conveniently, he always had an excuse. We were relieved, but the real story, that came late one night when Sarah called Lucy, sobbing. I remembered the sound of her voice through Lucy's phone. Shaky, raw. She begged to come over, and of course we said yes. When she walked through the door, her face was a storm of emotion. Fear, shame, confusion. We sat her down, made her tea, and listened. Jay had accused her of cheating. Not with anyone specific, just someone at our place. He'd cornered her about it, shouted, called her disgusting names. And when she tried to leave, he shoved her. She stumbled backward over a coffee table, hit the ground hard, ended up with a deep purple bruise on her lower back. Sarah, bless her heart, tried to defend him, said it was the first time, that he didn't mean it, that it was an accident. But I knew what that language meant, and I was livid. You don't put your hands on someone, not like that, not ever. And especially not someone I care about. In that moment, I wanted to break his jaw. I'm a big guy, and I've never been in a fight, but I was ready. Still, violence wasn't my way. But I had something else, access. See, I worked part-time in the administration office at our college. I handled files, phone calls, class changes, and I had access to the full student database, including Jay's records. One evening, I sat there staring at his name on the screen, his ID number, his schedule, his enrollment status, and then I remembered the deadline to add or drop classes was just days away. After that, everything was locked in. You couldn't get a refund, you couldn't get back in. My hands trembled as I picked up the enrollment phone, one of the dedicated internal lines. No caller ID, no voice tracing, no suspicion. I typed in his student ID, canceled every single class on his schedule. But I wasn't done. I went through the course catalog and added every class I could find that charged additional fees. Lab courses, art courses, music performance, classes with expensive materials and non-refundable deposits. In minutes, I'd buried him in debt. And one more detail, Jay was an international student, and if you're not enrolled full-time, your visa, gone. Just like that. I didn't say a word to anyone, didn't want it traced back, didn't even look at his file again for weeks. But I did get to witness the ripple effect. Sarah still had a class with Jay, English on Tuesdays. She was nervous the next time it rolled around. But when she got there, she noticed something strange. Jay was there, standing awkwardly near the door. And someone else was sitting in what used to be his seat. The professor noticed too. There were too many people. So she pulled out the roster and read the names. Jay's not on it. He protested, said there had to be a mistake, that he was registered. But the teacher just shook her head. If you're not on my list, I can't let you stay. That was the last day Sarah ever saw him in class. Eventually, Lucy and I drifted apart, and I stopped seeing Sarah altogether. But curiosity got the better of me one day, and I pulled up Jay's record. All the fee-heavy classes were gone, and there were no new ones added. He was out. Maybe expelled, maybe deported. I'll never know for sure. But I do know this. He never laid a hand on Sarah again. And that's enough for me. When I imagined Jay showing up to that class confident and smug, only to realize he'd been wiped from the system, I can't help but smile. His whole future in this country gone with a few keystrokes. It wasn't just revenge, it was justice. Sometimes we're handed power we didn't ask for, and a choice. Do we let someone walk away after hurting the people we love, or do we do something about it? I chose justice, quietly, permanently. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and tell us in the comments, what's the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen? And don't forget to subscribe for more real-life justice that hits where it hurts most.